Good morning, everyone. The sun is up. It's shining through my kitchen window. I don't know if you can see what I see. It looks a lot prettier. I need to clean my windows. They're a little dirty. But I have to use a ladder to get up to them on the outside. The inside I can pretty well get. I should get that too. But the outside, it's a little harder. Got to get up on the ladder because of how high up the windows are. But yeah, I've got my breakfast cooked here. One of the first things I do in the mornings, on Sunday mornings when I get up, is I have to go through and I have to get all my supplements sorted out. And down under here, these are the supplements I take with my meal. And I got a pill keeper. I get everything sorted out for the whole week. I got this off of Amazon. I don't remember where, so I can't provide a link. I would have to look for that. But in case anybody is all... And I got medications down there, and I have to get them all sorted out so I know what to take. Now, what I got left in my pill keeper is a couple of supplements that I'll take with my noon meal. I got here, this is my NAC and my thyroid pill that I'll take on an empty stomach in mid-afternoon. These I'll take with dinner, and these down here I'll take at bedtime. And this is what keeps me up and running. Well, sort of, hobbling. I take a whole lot more than I used to. I also got my Lubricin HA. I do use a code that I got from another channel, Cog Hill Farm. They do have a code with this. You buy it from the company, it'll get you 25% off. So I only pay, with shipping and handling, $40 a month for this. But you have to use their code, which is Cog Hill, all one word. And you will get 25% off. In fact, I'll put the link and the code down in the description so that anyone who wants to try this keeps my joints going. It's really helped my hips and knees. I take 2 teaspoons a day, and I also got some for my cat. They make it for pets. This is for dogs and cats. And Rosie gets, she gets a half a teaspoon a day on her food. And it's unflavored, but it actually has a very sweet taste. I take 3 drops of iodine. About 15 drops of this. It's supposed to help with all the things. And I take 1 full dropper full of this. And I do not buy all this. I do not have the money, or do not make enough money to buy all the... Heck, I even had to borrow money get money from my family this last time to renew 2 of my prescriptions. Because I, as a poor person, I do not make a whole lot of money. Low paying job. Breakfast is usually bacon. I've been buying the Falls brand bags, ends and pieces. They sell it fairly cheap. I got a small homemade pork chop that I make from my pork roast. My homemade sausage, and 2 eggs. And this is pretty much breakfast along with my tea. My teas are 1 bag of this, and I alternate every other day on these because I really love the Ticino and teas. They just add a nice flavor, as well as they got some good stuff in them. Okay, my hair is a mess, so Oh, look at my plants. Look at how well my young aloes are doing. I'm so glad I got all the aloes out of the pot and separated these babies from the mama. They are doing amazing now that they've rooted in. My Christmas cactus, not so much. It's had issues. But this cactus is doing very well. And my basil just keeps getting taller. I need to trim it back. It would bush out if I actually trimmed the tops off. Really should. Make it bushy. Make it bush out. I gotta make it bush out. But these are the window plants. And look at the morning sun. But I'll be back in a little bit. I'm just gonna go sit and eat my breakfast and listen to a video. Okay. Well, I'm making a double batch of chaffles. I just don't have as much cheese in here as I normally do because I was running low. So I may have to grease up my little waffle irons here. I generally don't because there's usually enough oils in the cheese to keep things from sticking. But with less cheese and more eggs, I didn't realize I didn't have enough 2 full cups for a double batch until after I'd cracked all my eggs. So I'm getting the butter out. I think we'll be buttering things up today as we cook our chaffles. That's my another Sunday morning chore that I do. This is what I use for bread. And it's just eggs, cheese, and my protein powder. I'm still using the gingerbread flavor. I really, really like the gingerbread flavor for the breads. It's just been very good. Though I think I'm getting down to about 10 packets, which means I can't make too much more. I'll be completely out. And this is a seasonal flavor that Keto Chow has, and they bring it out in the fall. So yeah, comes out in the fall. So I don't want to run out before they bring out more. And hopefully I can get some more packets. I buy in the single serving packets. I find it works better for me than buying big bags. All right. That's just another one of my Sunday morning chores, besides getting my medications together, is making my bread for the week. And there you have it. I've got my bread for the week. Chaffles are all made. I'll probably have one this morning and put the rest of them in a sack, plastic bag, and get them in the fridge. Yes, and this will last me pretty much 1 week. And yeah, I like the gingerbread. It makes such great, they're so good. I love that little touch of ginger in them. It is beautiful out here. I have church in an hour. But yeah, now that I am properly dressed, I know I showed a few little video clips this morning, but not of me, but now that I'm properly dressed. Hi, I'm Meg. This is Meg's Little House in the Country. We have a crop duster flying overhead. I don't know why he's doing it. The breezes are not still enough. He should have been out here a couple of hours ago. Right now we got about a 5 to 7 mile an hour breeze. That's enough to really cause overspray into other people's yards, and which is what you don't want. Here around dawn there was literally no breeze outside. Not a single breeze. Anyways, I've been out puttering around in the yard. It's a beautiful day. And yeah, came out to the garden. The garden is looking so gorgeous. Oh, I trimmed up this tree. Trimmed up the tree here. It was literally hanging so low I was having to duck under branches. See? There's fresh clippings. I really need to try that mulcher, see if it'll do something. But just look at how pretty my garden is looking today. I mean, these nasturtiums on this side are really popping. I don't know why the rest of the nasturtiums aren't doing as well, but look at how big, and all the blossoms. Look at those beautiful blossoms down there. The rest of them are doing okay. They're doing fine. Some of them are a little straggly and small, but you know, they're alive. They're doing okay. These melons are just taking over this spot, which makes it hard to get back there. I'm literally thinking of switching that pot and then pushing these back up against, well, up closer to there. Then they wouldn't be trying to hold hands with these nasturtiums here. But yeah, I'm thinking of pushing the melons there and bringing the pot up forward. Tell me what you think. Anyways, I still got to dig up these little marigolds and get them over here along this fence line to fill in this spot. And yeah, but did a little weeding, went through. We haven't got all the elm starts, but I've been plucking baby trees out of here and dandelions. Yeah, we got dandelions and baby trees, but it is just looking awesome. I'm just so happy. I hope this is actually forming a carrot and not trying to go to seed. Several of the carrots that self-seeded in here and started, they've basically been all top and no root. I pull them up and yeah, they're not doing good. But I think these ones are going to do amazing. We're going to get some nice carrots out of these. I just have to keep all the elm trees out. But yeah, it just looks great. Even this little one looks a little perkier today. You know, it's just, you look and you see these little tiny green leaves and you go, oh, that looks just a tiny bit better. Maybe it's wishful thinking on my part, but I think they feel perkier. I went through and did my best to get some of these elm seedlings out of here. There was a whole little forest down there. Kind of hard to get since I had to be on that side and reach all the way through, since I have the peas here who are happily taking over. The peas are doing so well. Can't wait until they start producing. Okay, let's push you through that way. You gotta wind up and down there. Oh yeah, but they're just looking beautiful. It's a beautiful Sunday. Oh boy. But anyways, did that. Haven't done any mowing. I'll do some mowing. I'll finish the mowing this afternoon after church. Right now, I've just been enjoying the morning, enjoying my plants, enjoying my garden, looking to see who else is producing. I can't believe I've already got a tomato that big. But it looks like aroma, either aroma or something else. I gotta go look at my seeds. I might have planted San Marzano or whatever they're called, or Amish paste. I don't know. You know, this is what happens when you have a big packet that says heirloom plus a few other extra packets. Okay, duck down, duck down. There you go. Now you can lean on it. I need to get some longer stakes for these that are not in cages. See if we can track him through the tree. There we go. It just gets so loud when they fly directly over my house. So loud. But yeah, the tomatoes are doing great. The peas are climbing up the fence like they should. My rhubarb needs to be harvested again. Yep. I might have to trim back this nasturtium a little bit to make sure this little squash gets what it needs, nutrition-wise. I mean, I've given it what it needs nutrition-wise, but it also needs sunlight. And it cannot be getting shaded by a big old flower. So I might have to trim back the nasturtium a little bit, or redirect it to give this one a chance. It was a little late, but it was so dark green when it first popped, and now it's so pale. So I'm hoping all the fertilizer and that I gave it really help. More elms. Yeah, this is just pretty much what I'm doing today, this morning, while before waiting to go to church. I'm also watering my little orchard. Little orchard's doing good too. We're going to go and take a little walk here across the yard. It's actually 80 degrees in the sun. I washed my sandals so I can wear them in church. They were really looking dirty, so now I got them sitting out in the direct sunlight here to get dry, and they feel almost dry. So that is good. They should be dry by the time I'm ready to go to church. And it's probably time to change the water. Yeah, I got my little sweetheart cherry is doing good. And now let's put the water here on the Bartlett pear. We're going to get the pears watered. And my little plum tree is looking happy. I went and trimmed dead wood off of it, and you remember there was that dead branch that came off of here, and it was about that long, and I finally trimmed that dead branch off. Okay, I did trim this apricot. All the multiple tiny little branches that had started down at the base. I was only going to leave 2, but I decided to leave a third one here. And yeah, I'm going to leave a third one. I got to tie them up and hopefully they will put all their energy into these 3 branches and turn them into main tree trunks. I need them to turn into main tree trunks. And so I can eventually cut this dead original main trunk off. And I will have a tree with a very short trunk, but it will have 3 main trunks here. I'm thinking of that. I'm thinking it will work, especially when it gets mature in 10 years. But, yep. Okay, still got 3. There's still 3. There's one up there, one here, and one here. And look, they're starting to get a little blush of color, and I should have come and trimmed this dead stuff off. Maybe I will later. But yeah, little bit of color. My apricots are starting to ripen. Even this one, it's not getting very big. I mean, look at how big that one is. Now, look at how big this one is compared. This is just compared to my finger. See? And this one is just tiny. But we started off with 7 and we're down to 3. The rest kind of blew off on the wind. You know, we've had quite some good windstorms around here. But anyways, we still got quite a few cherries on the bush here. Look at that. Those are way up high and harder to get to unless you got a chair. I may come and get a bucket full for me and a bucket full for Mom. The hollyhocks are really blooming. They are starting to show out really nice. Back in this corner, I got to get this area watered. My roses are doing well. I got to get these canes tied up here. Yeah, they'll look so much better tied up. But look at all the beautiful, beautiful blossoms. Not much scent to them. In fact, hardly any fragrance at all. But they are beautiful. These ones are getting ready to start blooming again. Oh, not only that, they have started. These are my fancy pink ones. Look at, they've got the double blooms. Ah, that is so gorgeous. So, yep. I've done a little bit this morning. But look at that. Oh, we got 2 of them. Yep, these are the fancies. These are the fancy frilly pink ones. Let's get you up and out of the way there. This one's only got a single, but look at that one. That one's doubled. That one's got double. That's interesting. Now we got both single and double on the same, but they're frilly. See how frilly they are? They're just my fancy frilly ones. Oh boy, that is going to look so beautiful when it's in full bloom. And these are just your old-fashioned hollyhocks with the single blooms. Not so much frills, but they sure do look good. Oh God, I gotta get this dead cane out of here. There we go. I might need to get something to stake some of these up. But yeah. Oh, they're gorgeous. Just gorgeous. And the honeybees are buzzing around the hollyhocks. I just saw a honeybee going in. Yep. Look at that. Got a little honeybee in there. Huh? Okay, well, I'll let y'all go now, and we'll get a few things done this afternoon, and I'll come back and show you what I did this afternoon. Not sure I've got the energy to tackle this. I've just been incredibly tired lately, but I've got to get to this sooner or later. Oh, boy. Anyways, I'll let you go. I'm hoping you're having a great Sunday. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, I got home. When I got home from church, it was almost 90 degrees outside. And yeah, it's actually cooled off a little bit. It's about 86 or 87 right now. I've had lunch. I rested for a bit. Okay, I was starting to fall asleep in church, so I had lunch and then kind of just rested. And then I got my pork sausage going, and I got the dishwasher going. Yeah, so I'm now coming out here. I'm going to get the lawn around the pumpkin patch mowed. I still need to do that little section, And then for the main yard area where I have most of my grass growing, I will be caught up on my mowing. And yeah, then, oh, I also gotta go and change the water on the trees. Oh boy. Just like me. Let's put water on some trees and forget that you did. And it's been several hours. I think my apricot trees have gotten well watered. So I'm gonna head off over here. I'm gonna put them on my little evergreens. The spruce and the fir could use a deep watering too. They're still baby trees. They still need to be watered very well. Oh. Okay. One hose. We'll stick this one on the fir and forget about it for a few hours, I bet. Okay, there we go. Got that one going. And let's grab the other hose. But the little orchard has been very well watered. Yeah. When your trees are floating in a puddle of water, you know they got well watered. Put that one on the spruce so it can get some water too. Yep. Trees need water to grow. And I know those can take 20 years to reach 20 feet. But, ooh, my western sun cherries are starting to ripen. You see that? They will actually go totally black when they are ripe. So, yeah. Okay, now need to go get the mower out, do a little mowing. Gotta finish it up at least. Then I'm gonna try to restring the trimmer. Let's see if that works. Well, I'm just about to fix my dinner. It's 6:15. Got some meat in the pan. Just looked at my thermostat and look at the temperature outside in the shade. Now, my my transmitter is in a shady spot. This is the temperature currently here on Sunday. We got the time, we got the date, we got humidity, and this is the temperature in the shade right now here in Blackfoot, Idaho, or I should say Thomas, Idaho. I live in the Thomas area. So in Thomas, Idaho, this is the temperature today. Oh my, it did get hot. We reached triple digits. Oh, and you just saw it switch down to 99. I had to add that because it did it just as I went to hit stop. It switched to 99. So yeah, boy, it's a hot one today. I'm glad I got out there when it was only 87 to get the mowing done. And here we are half an hour later, and it is 86. All I can say is we must have had a hot wind breeze, because it hasn't really been windy, just a warm breeze that blew through here and briefly raised our temperatures up to 100 degrees. Now it's down to a more comfortable 86. So I'm going to take you out, show you all the mowing I got done. Since I didn't film the mowing. Oh boy. And I'm done with my dinner. Dinner has been cooked and eaten. Oh, it is much, it's comfortable. I'm glad I didn't pop out here when it was triple digits. Looks like one little, oh, yeah, well, I guess this peach tree is well watered. And I didn't even have it on See, I'm just barely trickling it. But, boy, I've got to fix that depression. And I'll get some on the cherry tree. But this little baby tree needs some water, too. Yeah, farmer. And I need to remember to turn all this water off before I go to bed tonight. Farmers aren't the only ones who need reminders to turn off the water. I'm stopping for a sec because there's a birdie who's drying himself off. He just had a bath. Yes, I refilled the bird bath. And that robin was just drying himself off. There's another one sitting on the back fence. Look at that. Yeah, I still need to get the mower and go around, do the back, and take it around and do back there by the sunflowers. Got to mow back there, but there's some pocket gopher dirt, so I need to go and get that taken care of. Oh boy. Didn't get as much done today as I got yesterday. I've been pretty darn tired. I think I worked myself just a little too hard yesterday trying to get as much done as possible. Today has definitely been a rest day. Oh boy. But yeah, I gotta find a place to put my little maple. Can't stay in that pot forever. So I'm gonna go get the rake out the dirt, then do a little mowing, and then I'll be back. Well, I'm done with all my mowing. It's around 8:30. We got a big cloud in the sky there blocking the sun. Don't know if you can see it. Look at that. Interesting cloud formations. Well, I did get the mowing finished. And, yeah. Threw down a few more grass clippings in the pumpkin patch. I won't be able to do this too much longer. The vines are going to take over pretty darn quick. I'll show you. Ah, look at that. It's really crawling across. They're just heading around. I'm trying to direct the vines to keep them in the pumpkin patch for right now. And say, go here, go this direction, go this way. That's what I do as I move vines around. And they are growing so fast. They were not this long yesterday. I swear they're growing about a foot a day in length. But anyways, got all that mowing done. Got the mowing done around the pumpkin patch here. Got the mowing done on the other side of the raspberry patch, and I got to find my raspberries now. I may ask for some help with that. Got it mowed down here along the sunflowers. Some of these sunflowers are getting pretty tall. We may actually have a few tall ones this year. Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to have much of a sunset with that cloud cover, but it sure does make for a pretty sky. One more thing. By the time you're watching this tomorrow, I will be taking my mom to the pain clinic for a procedure. They're going to try to relieve some of her pain in her lower back and her hip so she can move without pain, which will be nice. They want her there at 8:15. I believe this procedure is at 8:30. I should be able to still make it to work on time because it's not supposed to take very long to do the procedure. But prayers that all goes well. I know, oh good grief. Brand new dirt. I better get this cleaned up tonight before they run over it with the ATVs. Look at that. 4 new piles. 1. That one looks like it's already gotten run over. 2, 3, 4. Well, I do need to put some more dirt under the big elm. But yeah, some prayers for my mom, Patsy Wyrick, that all will go well with her procedure tomorrow, and that she will be relatively pain-free for a while. The bursitis she has in her hip, as well as the disc problems she has in her lower back, has been making moving for her very, very painful. And I'm hoping this will bring her some relief, and so does she. So I will bid you all good night, and God bless, and I'll see you all in the next video. And that's going to be our sunset color for the night, because we got a really big cloud there, and it's all the way extending to the north. And if you like my videos, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend. I appreciate it. I appreciate all my subscribers and my viewers. And thank you, and have a great week, everyone.